Greetings, everybody. Hey. Thanks for coming in. Let me just sage the cards. So, High Priestesses, I have missed you guys. I've been getting so many downloads. I don't even know where to begin for you guys. Um, but we're gonna get into it. Hey, Queen. Hey, Esmeralda. Hey, the Divine Goddess. Hey, Girl on the Move. Hey, Cindy B. Hey, Ladrea. Val Davis. Jessica. Jessica. Hey, what's up, Jessica? What's up, Todd Mitchell? Natural High. Maya Fran. Latoya Darling. Miss Weems. Sunny K. Oh my God, y'all all in the building. What's good, High Priestess gang? I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. Look, as soon as I'm about to shuffle the cards, y'all already in the middle of the deck. I miss you too. I miss you too. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, indeed, Monica. I'm here. Shout out to my moderators. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Hey, Lisa G. All right, guys. So, yeah, you guys are going through so much right now. It's a beautiful thing, though, because these are changes that have been put into place for a long time. And Spirit is very proud of you because throughout everything, you've been hanging in there. I know some of you guys have a little bit of residue from like pain from the things that you have experienced that have really been coming to the surface. Especially like the last month or so, you guys have really been feeling a lot on such a huge level, and you're really trying to make sense of it all. And you can't get discouraged, okay? You can't, because as I say this, there's a huge emotional charge running through me. I feel like you guys are owed some justice. I feel like you guys have endured some of the darkest moments by yourself, and you spent so many years just putting yourself on the back burner. It's like your kryptonite was nurturing other people to the point that you stopped nurturing yourself. You kind of felt like you got into this space of feeling like having compassion for yourself was pity. You felt like, oh, I don't have any self-pity. And in feeling that, you didn't allow yourself to be human. It was almost like being gaslit for so long in your life got you to this point where you were gaslighting yourselves about your own happiness, making all these moves in your life, pulling yourself up from the dirt, from the darkness. And when I say darkness, you guys know I don't mean darkness like in that term. I mean from feeling without, feeling cast away, feeling discarded. You pulled yourself up from that, and so many people ignored your cries for support. So many people had come to you for so much support to the point where they felt like you needing help and support was offensive to them. On joy just to keep the peace in certain situations. And now that has come to such a screeching halt that you just kind of feel like you gotta like actually have an outer body experience to look at who you are now. Because you don't even look like this, you don't even look like the same person that you used to be. And so now you're readjusting your vision of self, your vision of the world, and you're starting to see multiple avenues to really uplift yourself, adorn yourself. It's a really crazy but beautiful space that you're in right now. And I feel like some of you guys are feeling very powerful. And then there's this little type like feeling of guilt for the people you have to leave behind to be in this position of power in your own life. But you have to know that you don't like owe anybody stagnancy. You don't owe anybody to wait around till they can see who you are and what you've become. Because, you know, I was talking to a very dear client today. She's a high priestess as well. And we were kind of tapping into an energy where people are still resonating with the old you. And they're failing to see this new being that you have grown to be. So you guys, some of you guys are like, man, fuck that. I'm not that old person. I don't care about what that old person used to resonate with. Like, maybe it was a time we didn't have boundaries. And you just kind of let people come and go through your life as they pleased. And now you're no longer available for that. And you feel great about it. You feel good with being unavailable for people who didn't have the best intentions for you. A lot of people were projecting their energy onto you because they knew that you could carry a load. But you're not carrying loads for nobody else anymore. You're no longer available to people who don't see you. You know what I mean? Who don't show up for you. People who don't listen to you. A lot of you haven't been listened to, but you always there listening and responding in the correct form because you genuinely showing up for people. Well, now people are about to start to show up for you. A lot of you guys are about to step into unions where people see you. And they see you more than what you can do for them. They see you like, how can I help you be at peace? You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be people that genuinely love and appreciate you. And you're going to be manifesting these people into your lives. All right, let's get it. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. And, you know, I felt this energy before we started the reading, but I didn't really want to talk on it too much because I'm tired of this energy showing up for you guys. I'm tired of it. It pisses me off because I feel like people just don't have anything better to do with themselves than to kind of like lurk around other people to see what they can get from other people. And it's just a punk ass vibe to me. You know, like, I don't know, it just seemed like some sucker shit that could be going on in the background of your lives. And when I say the background, I mean like you doing your thing, you focusing on yourself, you getting to what you need to get to, and then there's just people on the sidelines with idle time and idle hands that just really like messing around, trying to distract you and trying to pull on your energy. But it's like they don't want nothing. You got the Eight of Swords coming out in reverse. And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like you blocking that shit out. Like, yeah, this is present. But it's like, so what? So what if this is here? Because you got a clear mind. You see what's going on. You know what's up. You know what's real. You're not being distracted by illusions. Like, you know what genuine energy feels like. And I feel like you know that because of the disingenuine energy you have felt in the past. So now you know what it's like when people are really showing up in your lives. And so there's this really bullshit energy that's going around where it's like, yo, don't be looking for people to show up for you. Don't da 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 da. But in your case, it's a totally different thing because you have exhausted so much giving to other people that now you're putting yourselves in the position to receive. And that could be a little bit uncomfortable because you're so used to giving. And it got to this point where your loyalty was like slavery almost, because you were giving knowing that you weren't going to see a return on investment, but you felt like to be spiritual or to be righteous or to be whole or whatever the bullshit is, you had to just give unceasingly to the point where it drains you, and you had to wake up from that, and you've woken up from that, and now you can see clearly. You can see that nothing is holding you back except your own thoughts. But this is a past energy I'm feeling. You're reflecting on that. Like, yo, I used to be stuck in this prison. I used to be stuck in this space, and I'm not even there anymore. And now you're looking at the people you've dated. You're looking at the friendships you had, the frenemies, the acquaintances, and now you're really starting to like sift through everything to find the true gems. Got the Nine of Cups jumping out. There was a point where you felt like your desires and your wishes weren't right because maybe they weren't all inclusive to everybody. So you started to put your wishes and your dreams and your desires on the back burner, or you started to alter them to where they could fit everybody. And that's not what's going to make you happy. Because the Six of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck, you were giving to bottomless pits. It was like no matter what you gave, it was never going to be enough. This was unequal. It was just all give and no take, or all take and no give. And so then you had to sit with yourself and realize that's some bullshit. Because, you know, there's this little spiritual trend where it makes you feel like you just got to be always giving and never expecting or never needing. And that's unhealthy. That's unbalanced, and it's unhealthy. Unbalanced, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, guys. So now, guess what? Guess the fuck what? Your dreams and your visions are coming true. The things you want, you can clearly see what you want now. And you have realized it's okay to have desires. It's okay to want. It's okay for you to be like, hey, I want this. You know? And I feel like this is a healthy space because you have denied yourself so many things for so long. And I just feel like you realize that what you were asking for and what you wanted wasn't even a lot. You were just literally looking for common decency, someone to give to you in the capacity that you were giving to them. But guess what? Spirit said all that's turned around. And your dreams and your desires are going to be taken forward in front of you. Some of you guys are going to even be getting love coming in with this Knight of Cups. Somebody going to want to offer you something. And I don't want you to be jaded, and I don't want you to be scared to be vulnerable again, because you're not the same person you were when you were vulnerable in the past and it failed. Those relationships were just lessons for you. She said, pull up. I know that's right. Look at the Two of Swords in reverse. You're no longer confused. You're no longer stuck in your head. Like, look at this shit. Like, you are seeing and thinking very clearly, which also lets me know that your intuition is on point right now. You know which way to go. You know what to choose. You're not afraid. There's no fear in you. So if someone comes towards you with a love offer, you're going to see straight away if they're worth it or not. Thank you, Spirit. Temperance coming out in reverse, though. So that's that balance you got to find now. That's that balance where you got to be like, okay, you balancing your emotions and your logic. And I feel like it's in a healthy balance here with the Two of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Cups. It's like you're finding that balance where there once wasn't any. You're not letting like somebody looking good, somebody, you know, saying the right things come in and just like overtake your energy and have you feeling clouded anymore. Because in the past you were, but now with this Two of Swords in reverse and this Eight of Swords in reverse, you seeing things very clearly. So even when love offerings are coming, you're going to be very wise. Look at this. Three of Cups in the upright at the bottom of your deck. This is you, I feel like, honestly, reuniting with yourself, remembering the love you have for yourself before all this bullshit took place. You're reuniting with like the beautiful things about you. And I'm like so happy for you. This is a celebration. Like, it's a lot of shit that has stopped in the world, but a lot of shit that kept going inside of you. And this is a time for you to celebrate. This is a time for you to step into your full fucking power. You ain't playing small no more. You gonna say what you want, and that's gonna be it. You're not compromising. Compromising for what? Compromising for what? When you already give and give and give. Come on now. Name a damn time when you've been stingy with your love and your energy. You ain't never been stingy with your love and your energy. And if you think you have, you haven't. When I was talking to that dear client today, she said something to me that struck a nerve in me. She said, saying no to other people is saying yes to yourself. So if you've had to say no and you felt some type of qualms about it or whatever, it's because you were so used to being that position of giving and thinking that to receive meant you were needy or selfish. But how long can you be this sacrificial lamb? We're not sheep. We're lions. We're gods. We're goddesses. So there's no more taking less than. And I want you to be fucking proud of yourself. Have a glass of wine, soak in the tub, play your music, dance around. Your world ain't ending. Your shit's just beginning. Now, here this punk ass motherfucker want to show up, this King of Swords in reverse and this Five of Swords. And see, this is to be expected. So you can't sit in some little reality where you think negative shit don't exist, or then you fooling yourself and you setting yourself up for failure. If somebody come in with some nonsense, because I feel like somebody just own your bumper, like own your energy. They just own your energy. Like they can't physically touch you or reach you, but they own your energy. Five of Swords, they just waiting for a reason to have some type of confrontation with you. They just waiting for a reason to have to say some out of the way ass shit to you. They waiting on it. I'm gonna tell you right now, you might want to put people in their place, but what this Five of Swords here is telling me, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of damn time. So people gonna come back and be like, oh, you acting like this, you ain't like this. They gonna want to try to come at you in their ego and tell you that the beautiful new changes that you have made in your life is you operating out of your ego. But you already know how I feel about the ego. You ain't gotta kill the ego. You just gotta balance that motherfucker out. But what I'm seeing here with this knight, this King of Swords in reverse, is just somebody that you had exalted in your life in some aspect. And every time you linked up with this person, it was some kind of mess. Five of Swords is mess. Short-lived victories. You thought you had a winner, but it was just a fucking weak-ass chicken dinner. Like, it was just some lame shit, and you know this now. And now that you have stepped into your power, and now that you have recognized your purpose, a lot of you guys have recognized your purpose. A lot of you guys are finding out spaces within yourself that you had quieted for so long just to keep the peace. It's just, you are so magical, so magnificent. It's just crazy. Like, when I see you, I see the moments you spent alone, trying to figure yourself out, trying to figure out your next move. The moments that you really had to just fucking have an ugly cry. The times where you had to just tell yourself it is what it is. Don't go back to that. Don't go back to this energy. Don't come off your throne to address any peasants. Because they lurking. I'm telling you, straight up, they lurking. Because you're no longer available to be of use to them. When keeping it 100, they was never of use to you. They watched you give to them. They watched you, some of you waited on people hand and foot. Some of you were just always like open and vulnerable and receiving and available. And they played with that. They played with that energy. Look at this dude, he's smirking. Like, yeah, I got your guard down. You see these two people walking away with their swords gone? This person gets off on disarming you. This person gets off on getting you to be vulnerable for them, knowing they ain't got shit to give you. Ashe, you got the Tower in reverse. Beautiful. The worst is behind you. You already been through the bullshit. You already watched things fall apart. You've already built yourself back up from the madness. You built yourself back up. Nobody can break you down anymore. Some of y'all broke yourself down just to find your own flaws, just to see where you could have been stepping your game up at. See, a lot of you guys initiated this tower for yourselves. And that's why it's in reverse. I feel like you paid karmic debts, man. You paid these karmic debts. You did what the fuck you had to do. Like I said, you had those cries, you had those moments, you had those rises, you had those falls. Now it's time for you to have it. And you're going to have it all. Like, you're going to have that bliss, that success, that peace of mind. You're going to have your tribe. And you still trying to get your footing, because this is like new territory for you. Some of you guys are still kind of like trying to decide who to keep and who to let go. But we already had the Two of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse, so you're going to make that decision. You know, take baby steps. And the Three of Cups still stands. Three of Swords here, you're going to have to take some L's. And you know what those L's are going to be? Let me tell you what those L's are going to be. Those L's are going to be losing the people that you don't want to lose. Putting up boundaries with people that you really wanted to be vulnerable with, that you really wanted in your life. And the fucked up thing is that you knew these people, like you went into it extremely open and vulnerable and accepting, and then these people took that kindness for weakness. They took that understanding for you not having any boundaries. I feel like they were saying little slick shit to you to try to lower your self-esteem. I feel like they were saying like little slick shit to you to kind of make you feel like the things you've accomplished and the things you've experienced don't matter. You had to take this loss. A lot of you guys were in relationships with people that were in relationships with other people with this Three of Swords. And it is what it is. Because sometimes a high priestess is like, they seek her out because they know she can keep a secret. Because you know the high priestess is quiet. So that's why some of you guys have been in relationships with people who were with other people, and it broke you. It tore you apart with this Three of Swords. And you are willing to lose this to gain yourself, to empower yourself. So this is an L that you want to take. Let me tell you, there are some losses that we definitely want to take, and this is one of them, because you don't need to play with your heart. Okay? You don't need to play with your heart, because then that's self-imposed pain. And then that's that accountability where you can't blame anybody but yourself. Ashe. We got the King of Pentacles coming out. So, like I see, you're more grounded now. You know what's important. You're thinking about that 5-year, that 10-year, that 6-month plan. Like a lot of you guys are manifesting things extremely fast into your lives. We always talk about this. Because as a high priestess, you're granted that access to the Akashic records. You're granted that access to divine timing, divine intervention, knowing how to manipulate time to work in your favor. Right? Because time is just energy. Time is an illusion. So it's easy for you to manifest abundance. It's meant for you to have things to pass down to your children. That's also what I'm hearing. A lot of you guys have a very divine masculine energy about you. So you find it very hard to deal with men who don't step up to the plate in certain aspects. You find it hard to see, because you're in the King of Pentacles energy. So you're all about results and getting shit done. You're all about making a plan and executing it. You don't have time for second guessing, because you're only thinking in the necessity. The King of Pentacles in the upright position is a very royal like energy. It's a very structured energy. It's like, okay, I got a plan, A through Z type energy. And so when you have to be in this masculine energy, like we've talked about before, you don't necessarily put your feminine energy on the back burner, but you have to kind of like show up as this divine masculine, because a lot of divine masculines haven't showed up in your lives. And to be quite honest, like I told you, they weren't even divine masculines. They were just masculines. And so you've had to protect yourself. You've had to protect your home, your finances, your children, your space, your energy. You've had to use this divine masculine energy to protect your divine feminine high priestess energy. So you've been granted that ability to duality, to be the divine feminine as well as embodying and using your divine masculine energy, because it was needed for protection. A lot of you guys had to protect yourself from abuse, from people misusing you. So this is where we're at now. Now you're stable. Now you're grounded. You know what's going on. And look at his face. He like, I'm not coming off my throne to address no bullshit. I've been through enough. Because this is a earth type energy. This is an earth energy. So you've sustained a lot of people. You sustained yourself, your environment. You've produced. And so now you're enjoying this. And that's fine. Three of Cups still stand. I done shuffled a few times. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. Ashe. You got the Hangman here with the Four of Wands. So you've been worried about home. You've been worried about if your foundation is going to be stable. This is a yes. It definitely will be. You just have to change your perspective. Okay, you've been placed, okay, we've all been placed in home with this so-called whatever. So being in this space in the home, you've been looking at spaces in the home. You've been looking at things that you can just simple things. You know, it doesn't always have to be huge. It's like, oh, I can redecorate this part. I could keep this area a little more structured. I can clean out this area, find the things out. Like, you're really just changing how you view things in the home. You're really just getting things in order. You have a totally different view of what security is to you. You have a totally different view of what makes home home for you. But home is fine, okay? You just got to change your perspective. You're being planted to be, you're evolving, but it's like that cocoon stage with the butterfly here, what this Hangman is telling me. And then you come out of this cocoon and you see that all is well. I really want the best for you. I really want you to live a full life. That's so important for me, that the high priestesses, the divine feminines, the young girls growing up, it's so important to me that they live a full life. It's so important to me that they don't waste their beauty and their youth and their energy just chasing bottomless things, empty promises, pouring their goddess like energy into shit that will never replenish them. That breaks my heart. And so I want you guys to really think about that. Think about spaces in your life that you have put on pause to take care of your family, to be a mom, to be that sister, that aunt, that cousin, whatever. Think about spaces. Think about the things that you have put on hold. Spirit says it's time to get back to that. It's time to get back to you, because you're forever youthful. Okay? So it's never too late for you to start something. You're a high priestess. You'll see results in rapid time. There again, here we have this Knight of Swords in reverse. Every time you get this blessing, here comes this King of Swords in reverse, this Knight of Swords in reverse, the Page of Swords. It's always this in you guys' reading, because the people who have discarded you and did not nurture you are always watching you, because they want to know, they want to try to understand why you won't just fail. Why are you still happy and successful after they have discarded you? What makes you so important, so protected, so divine, so exalted by the Most High? They'll never know. They'll never know. I'm telling you right now, they'll never know. They're not granted that understanding. They can only speculate, hun. They can only speculate. Yeah. and get their feelings hurt with this Ace of Cups in reverse. So they can watch, but they gonna keep getting their feelings hurt. Yeah, I said they're gonna keep getting their feelings hurt. You got Justice jumping out in the upright position. What did I say earlier? You're gonna have it all. Things are being beautifully balanced out in your life. Okay? Beautifully. Ashe. So what you worry about? What you worry about? See, you gotta understand and understand that the laws of the land are different for you. You are operating on cosmic order. So everything is 5, 6, 7, 9D order for you. You have cosmic justice on your side. Keep your nose clean. Okay? Because what Spirit is telling me with that Five of Swords that came up with that King of Swords in reverse is some people might creep back in to try to pull you into some like little drama to distract you to like dirty your growth, to dirty your spirit in a way. I want you to know you can't fail. This is also what Spirit told me to tell you. You can't fail. You have been granted divine protection. You have to know about Dharma and good karma. That is what's playing out in your life right now. Do you honestly want to say to me, or to Spirit rather, that all the stuff you've endured when your heart was pure, when you really had the purest of intentions, you want to really say that those things go unnoticed? Do you really feel like those things go unnoticed? No, they do not. Everybody talks about, oh, so-and-so gonna get their karma for doing wrong. Well, we here to talk about, oh, so-and-so gonna get their karma for doing right. There's so many things you've done right. So many times you didn't pop when you should have popped. You just said to yourself silent like, oh, I'm gonna let the universe balance that out. I'm gonna let my ancestors take care of it. I'm gonna let my guides, my angels, my spirits, all of that. You just gave it to them, and you didn't react on some petty bullshit. And that's why you got this cosmic justice here in the upright position. After the bullshit with this Knight of Swords in reverse, after the bullshit, here comes the cosmic justice. You ain't got to do nothing. Let me tell you. A lot of y'all got the evil eye on you. A lot of y'all got these bitches throwing wicked spells. And bitches is men and women too. A lot of the men y'all done cast over to the side. A lot of men y'all don't fuck with no more. They got the evil eye on you because you ain't vulnerable to them no more. A lot of bitches you had to cuff because they was already working against your favor. They mad too. They sitting around with a grudge, but still trying to watch everything you do. You ain't got to tell me. I done seen it all. That's why I'm able to talk to you. I ain't ashamed of none of the shit I've learned. I can share it with y'all and sharpen y'all so y'all don't got to deal with certain shit. I know what you're going through. You done had people that say they're friends and then they want shit from you. Shit you ain't got enough to give. You didn't have to change your whole life just to gain freedom. You didn't have to, like I said, with the Tower in reverse, you didn't have to break yourself down just to get this cosmic justice. You didn't have to break yourself down just to realign. And I always tell you guys, abundance is your birthright. So you've had to break yourself down from this shell that this society and this 3D and this matrix has got you thinking, these agents coming into your life to distract you from what's really going on. Y'all don't think agents is real? Agents come in the form of people you ain't never wished one bad thing on. And they come into your life with distractions and bullshit and drama. Those are the agents. Shit you see on the television, telling lies to your vision. Those are the agents. So I'm just letting you know, if you had to break down, if you had to lose things, you had to fall apart. This justice in the upright is telling you that shit's about to get better. Regardless of this energy, because this energy gonna always be there, whether you're doing right or whether you're doing wrong. It's gonna always be somebody that want to be messy because they messy inside, and they so messy inside, they so fucked up inside. It's too much for them to bear, so they gotta find people to share it with, and that's when they come rushing in, impulsively, causing drama everywhere they go. But if you feed into it, it's a short-lived victory. So you can't feed into that. You can't feed into it. So this is a timeline where you're really just learning that you always had it. You always knew what to do. You always just felt it. You know what I mean? But you're letting this energy go. Hold up, y'all. All right, let's get another card. Shay, thank you, Spirit. You got the Devil card coming out in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse. So you're letting go of these unstable ass emotional connections. You're letting go of these little karmic ties. People that wanted to keep you bound to them, but there was no emotional availability there. It was like you was attached to people that wouldn't give you love, but when you pulled away with this Devil in reverse, they acted irrationally, like just got in their feelings real quick on you on some shit you ain't even know. A lot of you high priestesses dealt with men that had been abused as children, and then they go out into the world and then they haven't had the proper healing from it, and they take that shit out on you. Or they try to make you their mom, or try to make you their therapist, or try to make you their nurturer, their healer. Whole time you trying to heal them, you breaking yourself. You trying to heal them, you depleting yourself. You taking the spiritual baths, you doing the work, and blah, 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 and you getting the readings, and you're doing this and this and that and the third, but you still was attached to somebody who wasn't doing the work. So it was literally like muddying up the work that you were already doing. And you didn't find freedom until you broke free from that. And this is the healing right now. Talking about it. This is getting it out. This is trying to find that clarity. Finally wrapping your mind around why you were attracted to certain things and why certain people was attracted to you. One thing you got to know is that when you a flame, you're going to attract everything. People in need of light, moths, fleas, whatever, all kind of shit. When you radiate that warmth. So don't you dare sit for a second like, oh, I must be toxic. I must be a bad person if some of the relationships I had was whatever. No, you got to understand and understand that people got their character, and that's just how they are with everybody. So don't ever think that somebody left, they just perfect now, they with somebody else. Somebody else dealing with their own shit with somebody else. And it's no longer your business. All right, you got the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of your deck. So like I said, you've been working on yourself, building yourself back up, this self-mastery. And then your ascended masters are coming down on you harder at this time. So you're like an apprentice, learning from your ascended masters. You ain't really got to read on nobody. You learning from yourself. Okay? The wait is over. You have ascended, baby. You are here. Look in the mirror like, I'm really in this bitch. like this is the time to heal traumas, to heal past generational setbacks and curses and bullshit like that. You know? But just know that you're going to be tried. You're going to get tried. But what are you going to entertain? You know? What are you going to entertain? You got to leave these imbalanced ass relationships and situations out in the cold. You got to leave this shit out in the cold. We speaking in certainties. You have left these imbalanced relationships and associations out in the cold. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you, people can't fake what they're giving you. They can't fake it. You're going to always feel it, yo. You're going to always feel what people really giving you. Even if they got a mask on, you're going to still feel it. And maybe their mask works with other people. They get to you and it don't work. And that sets them off. That Queen of Cups in reverse type shit. You know? Like with this devil in reverse. They get to you. And then the shit don't work. So then they react. And they try to emotionally manipulate you. Because this Queen of Cups in reverse is very emotionally manipulative. So when they can't manipulate you in the physical, maybe with their flesh or with their material shit, or with their little gaslighting techniques or what they say to you, they going to try to use their emotions to manipulate you. And that ain't going to work either. So, yo, they going to be mad. But sometimes people need to be mad. Okay? Sometimes people need to be mad. Yes, indeed. Sometimes people need to be mad. Because this is a wrap for this. With the Five of Pentacles and the upright and Two of Wands in reverse. You done with giving and not receiving. You done with your vision being blocked. You done with not being able to move freely. And some of you guys got to let go of some of this pain and this hurt from the past. You know, because you had a bond with somebody and they broke that shit and it broke you in a way. But to move forward, you got to let that go. Yeah, with the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck, you got to get it going. You got to move on, you know. Yeah, you got to move on. All right, let's get one more of these, then we'll get to the Kipper. Got Shade, Five of Cups. So you're reflecting, you know. And it's only right. Because you're having so much changes. Oh, excuse me. That's a good weed. You're having so many changes that you have to reflect. You're looking at everything you had. See, but in my vision, you're reflecting on the cups you kicked over. I feel like you kicked these cups over. You kicked these cups over. You was like, okay, let me look here. Let me take account. I got 5 cups. These are only 2 that's still pure. Look at these. These is bloody. You see that? These cups is bloody. So you kick them motherfuckers over like, yo, I'm done. So you in the 5 of Cups in a righteous aspect. As you know, we fucks with duality over here. So you in the 5 of Cups, like, yeah, I kicked these cups over, and I'm going to look at them and realize why I kicked them over, because they wasn't benefiting me. They wasn't nurturing me. It wasn't nothing in these cups for me to enjoy. But there's a whole stream right here, so you can rinse these cups off and get some more if you needed to. But I feel like this whole little shit right here would be tarnished if you dip these cups in there to get more. So you're gonna focus on these pure cups. And you're gonna take these and you're gonna make some shit happen with those. We ain't dealing with losses, like I told you. Ashe, you got the King of Wands as your outcome, so you own. You own. You standing in your power. You didn't did the work. You know, you let go of the things that don't serve you. So now you still end up on your throne. You ain't really lost nothing. Cause these cups right here wasn't even serving you. I hear your back is to the bullshit. Let's get some clarifiers and then we'll jump into the Kipper, guys. See, this the after tarot. Bottom of your deck is the moon. So you've done that shadow work. You know, you've done it. Whether it was voluntary or involuntary. Shit. You've done it. I love you guys. Just in case I forgot to tell you. I think I told y'all, but shit. Don't hurt to say it twice, right? Yeah, you got the Hangman again, but in the after tarot. So you've been enlightened. See, earlier, the Hangman, let's get it real quick because y'all know I like to show you the change and the growth. Okay. Earlier with the Hangman, he by himself, just really pondering on things, trying to wrap your mind around things. Now this Hangman here, you have support. Like I told you, your ancestors, your guides, while you are in rest, while you are in contemplation, while you are doing your part. But see, you guys are doing your part in the 5D while still, like, to me, this is balance. Like, you're doing your part in the 3D, which is standing firm and allowing your crown chakra to be illuminated so you can get the downloads and get the ideas. And once you decide, okay, I'm ready, I'm open, then here comes spirit, your guides coming in to feed you that knowledge of self. Like I talked about, the knowledge of self, building yourself back up. Now you know. Now you comfortably waiting. Because you know. 111 in the chat. Thank you, Ashe. You know that you're going to receive those divine messages. You're going to receive that divine guidance. It's here. It's here. And you have support. I feel like this is support from the higher realm. Like, this could low-key be your old self coming into you while you're in meditation and contemplation, feeding you the knowledge on what you used to do. And now you know not to do those things anymore. Now you have allowed yourself to be enlightened by your past. See, the past is a reference, just not a residence. So now this is a new vibration. Let's get it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's get a couple more clarifiers and then we get the Kipper, guys. I know I keep saying that, but I just want to give y'all all the messages I keep being drawn to give you. Now the King of Swords shows up in the upright, but see, this is you. Like we had that justice card. This is you bringing that justice in. This is you, like, setting things straight. You know what I'm saying? This is you speaking your truth. Where you once were silenced, now people want to hear what you got to say. But you ain't got shit to say because you didn't said it enough. Now it's all on the fire. It's all on the mental, spiritual level. You didn't already say what you had to say. Now you're embodying it. Your mind is showing, improving. So you're able to sit here as this still high priestess in your divine masculine energy, but not overly emotional. Very highly intuitive, the King of Swords in the upright position. Able to communicate what you have learned here in this Hangman position very clearly. Now you have patience with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now you done leveled up. Like now you on a whole nother level, White Priestess. I fucking love you guys. Like every time it's a new vibe with you guys. Cause you're constantly evolving. Yeah, Four of Cups, you're evolving and you ain't even entertaining it no more. Because you're the Nine of Pentacles. You're self-sustainable. See, you had the Devil card here in reverse. With the Tower in reverse, I like to point out again, because any codependent energy is erased. It's gone. You know, you're able to stand alone. And know that standing alone is like makes you even more powerful, but you are still open with that Knight of Cups we saw earlier. You're still open to connecting with someone on that emotional level, but it's just not to the point where you're going to ignore yourself. You've evolved. You know how to make things happen. You've gained that balance here. You got your footing. I like it. And then you got the Two of Wands coming out, where you had the Two of Wands in reverse earlier. Somebody blocking your vision, blocking the things that you wanted to do. You know, let's get that Two of Wands real quick for you guys, because I want to compare it. You had the Two of Wands in reverse earlier with the Two of Wands up right now. Now you see a pattern here, as with the Hangman earlier when you were by yourself. Now you have the Two of Wands in reverse. You were by yourself trying to get things right when people weren't, pulling their weight, or you were just over giving to situations and there was no give back. Now this Two of Wands here, there's support. There's that life partner that comes in to take this journey with you. See, they have been on their own journey into self. And so now they have possibly mirrored you in aspects of their own lives with these doubles coming up tonight. And now they are ready to come into divine union with someone who understands the same type of vibe. Like, I'm like, both of these people are ready to take over the world. And here you was trying to take over the world by yourself, but it was uneven. Now it's a divine balance. That divine counterpart that we talk about so much is ready to step up. This is going to be somebody that accepts all of you, doesn't try to tame your power, doesn't try to make you subservient to them. This is a divine counterpart. This is equal. You guys are both powerful in your own right. Okay? Ashe, we end these out with the World in the upright position. And we were just talking about taking over the world here with the Two of Wands. The world is your oyster. Gobble it up. And then you're going to have that divine balance. Because ultimately what you really want, High Priestess, is somebody to share the world with. I know it. You can pretend like you okay alone. You are okay alone with the Nine of Pentacles. You can take care of yourself just fine. But you do want that divine counterpart with to enjoy the world with. And it's okay. Maybe you've been made to think it's not, but it's okay. It's okay. All right. Ashe, let's end that and let's get the Kipper, guys. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. You done being sheltered. You ready. You gonna cut people's head off if they come in trying to mess with you. Bottom of your deck is the House in the upright position. Like I said, with that Four of Wands, home is fine. Some of you guys have really been worrying about home because of everything, all the changes, but you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Shuffling, you got the gift already showing itself. You know, some of you guys are going to be getting a new home. And it's going to be beautiful. Or some of you guys just may see your home in a different light and it just presents itself as a gift to you. Got the mature man coming out. So we talked about that divine counterpart. The mature man showing up in the upright position. Like, I feel like this is somebody who's been through things. And their view of the world is just different, you know? They know what it takes to hold down a successful relationship. And I feel like they will be willing to do it. You know? Okay. We got expectation with the Lovers card coming out. So some of y'all do want this love. You got pathway in reverse with great fortune. You guys always get great fortune. Ah, I love you guys. Okay, so you're going to have to like have a different route to success, but it's still going to be success nonetheless. Okay, so don't fucking worry. You guys always get the gift and great fortune and unexpected income and the mature male. So y'all gonna be expecting this new love, but relax. Relax, ladies. It's gonna come in, but it's coming in from somebody who knows life. And that's what you need. You don't need nobody you gotta teach. Okay, at some point you need somebody that has done the work themselves. This ain't to say you ain't gonna look out for them and, you know, give them pointers or whatever, but you just not about to be with somebody you gotta learn everything for. You know? So let's get one more to Kipper. You got house again coming out. And the gift again. Oh my God. You got the gift and house coming out again. So you'll be fine, guys. Home will be fine. Don't worry. Okay? Anything going on with like the law or anything is going to go in your favor. So just chill. Okay? Let's get one on the law, please, Spirit. House, I mean. Please. You got a message in reverse with marriage. So I think if you got any contracts that are coming in, you worried you're going to get a negative message. Probably ain't going to get no message at all. And my aunts always used to say, no news is good news. No news is good news. So if things are going good for you right now, let them go good. You know? Okay, guys. Main female at the bottom, so you good. You good. Good. Privileged lady and wealthy man. Okay, so yeah, just reshape your reality, guys. Everything's going fine. All right, let's get some oracles and then we'll be done. Lord, I always tell y'all, we ain't gonna be on here long. And then 2 hours later, here I am talking. Okay, let's get these. I want to get these for you guys. Hold on, let me clear some of this away. And don't be thinking that shit gonna go bad for you. You think that. And that's what's going to happen. I don't like to say that, but it's true. Oh, this dude looks sinister, but you never know with Cheryl Machete. Let's see. So y'all got card number 10. All right. Boom. Oh, hold on. What is that? All right. Knowledge, research, knowing the facts, being prepared, forewarned. As the biggest library, if it is in order, if it is in disorder, is not as useful as a small but well arranged one. So you may accumulate a waste of amount of knowledge, but it will be far less value than a much smaller amount if you have not thought it over for yourself. Part of the process of assessing a situation is the use of intuition and psychic gifts. But some circumstances may merit a more analytic approach. Being better informed and armed with a greater understanding of facts and background to any situation might provide a stronger basis from which to make better decisions. It appears that the character in this scene has dedicated the necessary due diligence and is armed with a substantial amount of information. But therein is a question of how much may be too much. One can become overwhelmed and tied down in detail, suffocated by the volume or unnecessary diversions, at the risk of overanalyzing or not seeing the forest to the trees. So yeah, that's one thing that's important, you guys, because as a high priestess, you guys tend to be in your head a lot. You don't want to get to the point where you're over analyzing things. You know, simplicity is sometimes better than just like I was saying on the last reading, watching too many readings, going to too many readers, doing too much stuff. Like, you have to find that divine balance with that temperance card that came up in reverse as well earlier. We're looking at like finding that divine balance within this earthly realm and also in the spiritual realm, because we are here to have this physical experience. We are already spiritual beings by default. You know what I mean? So we're here to experience this, but you always have to stay grounded. Don't overwhelm yourself with trying to tap into too many energies, trying to tap into too many resources. Like, simplify your life, simplify your mind, your space, your spiritual intake. It's, you know, as a high priestess, you're already going to have psychic ability and high intuition and high intuitive gifts, and you're going to have that heightened sense of smell, taste, hear, see, all of those things. But it's like you have to still ground yourself. And that's what this card is saying. Because like we talked about earlier, you have been granted that divine knowledge, you know? But at the same time, you don't always have to turn that on. It's okay to take a step back and just ground yourself. Okay. Let's get you guys this energy and then we'll be done. Thank you guys for all the hearts. I love you too. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so dope. Y'all always come through and show me so much love. I really appreciate you guys. Like, honestly, I do this shit for you guys, man. You guys always turn up on the High Priestess readings because I know it resonates with your spirit right now. That's why I just really want you guys to have everything you need. Okay. You got walking away in reverse. Let's read it. Don't get distracted, guys. This card says, this card reverse signals that you may be feeling very stuck in some present situations or locations. There may be a job or relationship that no longer resonates with you. Yet, out of habit or perhaps fear, you allow yourself to stay when it might be healthier to consider walking away. Habit and familiarity are compelling forces, often causing people to ignore their intuition and even dishonor their genuine feelings. This is a time of honest investigation. Consider all of the factors in the present situation. Perhaps the timing isn't quite right, and there may be some purpose in staying a little while longer. Don't deceive yourself about your motivations. However, fear based decisions don't often work out in your highest interests. You may also be stuck in a long time personal habit or unhealthy pattern. Be aware that you always have the option and responsibility to let go of any thought or behavior that no longer honors you. Whenever you walk away from negativity, you're always more you're whenever you walk away from negativity, you always move toward greater happiness. So like we were saying earlier, like saying no and moving away from things that just kind of like got comfortable to you is actually saying yes to yourself. So don't get stuck in like a people pleasing energy where you just go with the flow to keep the peace. Like that's over. It's now time to honor your new journey. Okay, your last card is fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Love, compassion, and self acceptance. Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card upright indicates that you now have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate that a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self talk that you desire to hear from others. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine in irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of self love and support to grow and grow. Affirmation. My heart center, my fourth chakra, is open to its perfect, healthy, and joyful state. The energy of love flows through me now. I live in love. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. Affirmation. My heart center, my fourth chakra, is open to its perfect, healthy, and joyful state. The energy of love flows through me now. I live in love. Oh my God, guys. So, yes, Ashe, everything is going to work out just fine for you guys. You're just really finding your purpose, getting your footing in this new walk. Like we talk about, some of you guys are new to this journey and you're just really elevating so fast and you're just trying to find the right direction. Lead with your heart. It's not going to lead you in the wrong direction, but also keep those healthy boundaries up. Stay in alignment with your psychic intuitive energy, but also into this earthly realm that you're in, because that's going to help you to really navigate in this new journey in a positive aspect. And don't be afraid. I was about to say afraid is spiritual at the same time, but Don't be afraid of the spiritual realm, because it's there whether you recognize it or not. It's there. And you have been given access to move through it in such a divine way that you can literally manifest whatever you want. Okay? So don't be afraid of your power, your gifts, your messages, your downloads. Um really just step into this space. It's going to be a little cloudy at times, and you're going to feel like, oh my God, what should I do next? And I know you're going to feel like that. And there's going to be waves of feeling like that. There's going to be times when things just seem effortlessly and they're going well, and you don't have a care in the world. And then there's going to be that next level beckoning you to come to it. And then that's when things are going to get cloudy. But I guarantee you, you'll get the answers that you need. You'll get that guidance. Study yourselves. Find like-minded individuals that are coming from a pure space to maybe just advise you, or to, give you references to things. But ultimately, Nine of Pentacles energy with the High Priestess, depend on yourselves. Okay, you're your best gift. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for always tuning in and showing me love and supporting me on all my social media channels. Thank you for everybody that's been booking with me. I really appreciate you guys. Um, I love you guys. Like I said, I do this for you guys. All right, so that's it. I'll see you guys later. Shout out to my High Priestess gang again. Thank you to my moderators, all my supporters, my new subs, my standing subs. I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Sending you love, peace, and balance.